Hi, everybody. Welcome to Taiwan Talk. I'm Alex Lewis. This week I spoke to Elene and Dean of Live in Hope, a non-religious nonprofit organization that aims to create and spread a bit of hope and to help people live a better life here in Taiwan. If you'd like to learn more, check out their Facebook page online. And they also have an event coming up May 6th called Walk in Hope. It's going to be at Shangsan, Sunday, May 6th at 4:30 a.m. For more information, check out that page as well. For now, we're going to listen to a conversation I had with them about their organization and their time here in Taiwan. Hi, Elene and Dean. Welcome to welcome to Taiwan Talk. Could you please just give a little spiel, introduction about yourselves? Elene, maybe go first.
Thanks, Alex, for having us here. It's a pleasure. So my name is Elene, and I'm from South Africa. Came to Taiwan about 3.5 years ago because I wanted to experience a different culture and just find out what life is like. And I stayed because I like it here. I love it. And Dean and I started Live in Hope about 2 years ago, almost 3 years now. And that's definitely been a great inspiration and motivation for me in my life.
Yeah, as Elene said, firstly, thanks, Alex, for having us on ICRT. Really appreciate it. My name is Dean. I'm from Ireland, from Dublin, Ireland. And I've been here about just over 2 years. And the reason I came to Taiwan was because my sister, she was studying Chinese here and she recommended this beautiful island. So here I am, challenging myself with new culture and new beginnings. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys started the organization Live in Hope. Tell me about Live in Hope. What's the mission of the organization?
How we started, or what's our mission?
Tell me about how you started first, and then let's get into the mission.
So it was kind of my idea at the start. There's a similar organisation in Ireland doing pretty much the same thing, but on a bigger scale. So I wanted to bring that here to Taiwan. So that's where I had the idea. And the first idea was like a sunrise walk. So that's initially where the idea came from. And with the help of some friends and some people along the way, we got that started. And that's kind of how it just all started about just 2 years ago now, isn't it? Yeah.
Almost 3 years.
Almost three.
This is our third walk.
Yeah. So the walk is kind of like the kind of flagship event of the organisation.
The annual flagship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's every May. So that was how it really kind of all started and just been growing ever since.
Okay. And what is the walk for? What's the mission of the organization?
The walk specifically is to raise awareness for depression and suicide prevention because it symbolizes the struggle people go through with any kind of mental health issue or really just general life problems. It's literally walking through the darkness into the light. So that's why it's really early, but it's inspiring and really motivating to walk up and then see the sunrise, and it just gives you new motivation for life. So that's the inspiration behind the walk. And the response to our first walk was so big that we thought, wow, there is a need for something like this. We want to expand, we want to grow. And so we started Live in Hope, and we've been doing different kinds of events every time because we try and get people out of their house. Whatever reason you're staying inside, whether it's depression, anxiety, or just shyness or not knowing what to do, we want to get you out. We want to get you socializing without any forced interaction or, hi, my name is, none of that. You can just come, have a good time and leave. If you want to continue doing it, you will have the resources after one of our events to continue doing it. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Then you come to the next one because our events are different. We cater to different people, different needs, different interests. So we try and expose you to what Taiwan has to offer and what can help you to create a positive life. That's our mission. We want to motivate people to create their own positive life.
So tell me about the events, the different types of events that you guys have. You guys have the walk, but what other things do you guys do?
Yeah, we have a bit of a mix. We started off with the walk and we found that, we need to grow this more. So we decided to offer more events, not just the walk. So we have a mix of sort of like a active and more sort of non-active kind of recreational events. So we do the walk. We also do a writing workshop. We do a cycling event. We also had some movie nights. Our most recent event of the year has been the board games.
Yeah.
We had a collaboration with
Top
Todd.
Shelf Games.
Yeah,
Top
Todd
Shelf,
from Top Shelf
yeah.
Games.
I talked to Todd. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Great guy.
nice guy.
Yeah.
So we had that collaboration with him recently, and so yeah, we've a mix of events. Is there any ones I'm forgetting? Or
So for this year, what we're planning is yoga, more writing, maybe a drum circle, some dancing,
yeah.
cycling again. We're hoping to get a singing concert going. So we have a little bit of a mix of everything.
Yeah, it's a nice mixed bag.
Excellent. What's the most popular event that you guys had so far?
The walk.
The walk.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Can you comment on the state of mental health here in Taiwan? What made it necessary, to establish an organization such as this?
Yeah. Like I said, it was the idea that I had that came from Ireland. So it wasn't just in Taiwan. We feel like it's a worldwide issue, and just because we're here in Taiwan, we feel like we should I just feel like we should give something back to the community. I know it sounds cliche, but that's the issue that we have. It's a worldwide problem. So we just want to help both foreigners and locals alike to come together, build the awareness, and just let people know that it's not a big problem, and try to break down that stigma and that kind of, mentality around it.
Yeah, the taboo around it.
Yeah.
And especially for expats, sometimes it's not even as far as depression. It's simply being lonely, having culture shock, missing home.
Yeah.
And not knowing where to buy the things that you usually buy, or get the resources for your favorite hobbies, or wanting to try something new. But after a while, you kind of get tired of the drinking, clubbing scene, and you don't really know what else to do. Yeah. So this is a great opportunity to mix with locals, try something new, and if you don't like it, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So how does the organization carry out its mission? You guys have the walk, but do you take it a step further? Or are there other avenues that you try to help people?
Our main thing is the events, because we try and be hands off. We're never, like I said, we're never going to force you to interact. We're not going to ask you to give a testimony or tell us about you. You don't even have to introduce yourself. You can just show up and enjoy yourself. But there are some who need a little bit more, or who just want a little friendship or more than that. So there are various ways of contacting us, including anonymous. If need be, we will put you in touch with the right people, but we will never share information. At the very least, we'll meet you for a cup of coffee and make sure you're okay. Because that's the problem with mental health professionals. I'm not saying that they don't try, but they're not going to go out and meet you for a cup of coffee. Of course not. They don't have the time, and it costs them money. So we try and bridge that gap between whether you need a mental health professional or not. We will meet you for that cup of coffee or whatever, and just recommend different ways that we've used or that we know other people have used in Taiwan or outside to help themselves create a positive life. And then if you needed professional help or just a little bit more, we can recommend you to great people in Taiwan.
Okay. Do you find that people take you up on that offer very often, or is it people usually come out just for the events, just to hang out, just to have a good time?
It's a little bit of both, yeah. I mean, through the events, people will come up to us maybe before or after the event and maybe asking us, could we recommend somebody?
Yeah.
And that's usually how we give them those resources. Occasionally we will get sort of those contact emails. Someone will contact us and ask us for some help, or could we recommend somebody, and we're more than happy to help. And like Elene said, it's really about just kind of bridging that gap and taking away that initial fear of I have to go and see somebody but I don't know that guy. It's really daunting. So if we just kind of say, well, hey, listen, we know so and so, go and contact them,
or we'll go with you,
go with you, kind of just to make them feel a little bit more comfortable with that sort of process. Yeah.
What I found as well is people from outside Taiwan have contacted us a few times because they're worried about people in Taiwan, and they simply don't know who to contact or who to reach out to. And there are many great community service centers and therapy centers in Taiwan, but they're not necessarily going to contact someone unless they have a reason to. Unless they're a big threat to themselves and you can prove it, it's very difficult for authorities to intervene. So we try and bridge that gap as well, because you're worried about your friend or your cousin or your brother or sister, and we can just go out, reach out to them and say, look, how are you doing? What do you need? What can we help you with?
Can you tell me a little bit about the resources that you point people to?
So we work closely with a couple. The Suicide Prevention Center has been a great source, and we use their template to determine if someone is really suicidal or maybe just a little depressed. And then if it's on the high-end scale, we immediately intervene, try and help. They've been a great resource. And then
the community centre in Tianmu, so they offer counselling both for children and adults. Bilingual centre. Adam and his team, they're doing a great job. They're kind of like our first port of call if somebody contacts us and we feel like they are maybe suicidal or they need immediate help and attention. So we're working with Taiwanese Suicide Prevention Center, the community centre in Tianmu.
And Hackstrong down in Kaohsiung has been a great resource for us. So their emphasis is more on raising money, especially for severe medical cases, for expats and even locals in Taiwan. But we did a walk and hope with them in Kaohsiung in October as well. And they've just been a great inspiration. And we contact each other. So if we hear about a case in Kaohsiung, we'll tell them. If they hear about one here, they'll tell us. Things like that. We share information, support each other. And there's also a new one, WARM, Women.
Yeah, Women Anonymous Reconnecting Mentally.
Yes. So I've been contacting with Vanessa a lot, trying to get involved there. And she's been helping us, recommending places and things. So we work with them as well. That's more for women. So Dean won't know about that one.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're out. You're too male for that one, but that's a great resource. And then we collaborate with a lot of local businesses and expat businesses like KP Kitchen, Top Shelf Games, the Friends Cafe, Central Park down in Gongguan. Yeah, we've been really lucky to have great resources.
Yeah, you can really tell the community is welcoming of this.
Definitely.
Of your, I guess, of your effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've definitely been warming up to us.
Yeah. That's great.
You already had the impact on the community here. What metric do you use to measure like success, failure? What do you look at to see are we doing right or are we doing well?
Yeah. So our biggest thing is the events. Because we're so hands-off, we can't determine success rate for therapy sessions or how many people contact us. Obviously, we wish no one had to contact us. We wish no one had suicidal thoughts or anything like that. So our biggest thing is, are we getting people involved? That's how we measure it. And so far, we've reached almost 250 people that way, just getting them out, connecting with other people, trying something new or doing something they love, meeting new people that way. Yeah. So we've really been trying to reach people that way. Some of our events are small or intimate, or the venue limits the amount of people we can have, but the response is always really good. So that's great.
So you have a big walk coming up, the one in May.
Yes.
Can you tell me about how people could get involved in that or if they could participate in that?
Yeah, so we just tell people to come, get involved, come.
It's that easy.
But is it like a registration process or do you just show up?
Not at all.
Not really, no. You just show up. We have made it a little bit easier this year because we have learned from the kind of development process from when we first started. We do have it's a share riding form. Yeah. So people can maybe carpool, share some rides, ways of getting there. I know it's an obstacle, both the time and getting there for the sunrise walk. So people automatically say, the MRT's not working and how do I get there? So we're just trying to make that process a little bit easier by connecting people in the same areas to come to the event. And then basically just come, just get involved, wake up early and show your support and come and hike up Shangsan on May 6th.
So we meet at the U-Bike station. And it's, like I said, it's really inspirational. We walk up the mountain. There won't be long speeches. You'll be done by 7 a.m. and you can have a full day, even take a nap before you start your regular Sunday. So it's great fun usually, and it's a good way to meet people. And the share ride offer is very convenient for anyone who wants to just split a taxi or an Uber. We get that it's expensive to take a taxi from far off areas like Tianmu or Jingmei. But if you share one, it's not that expensive and it's really worth it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a special event.
Yeah, just get up and go.
Get up and go. Get up and walk. That's our motto. Get up and walk.
That's it.
Can you tell me about how it's developed or grown over the years? Like from the first walk and what you've learned, what the experiences that you guys had.
I guess I know what Elene is thinking right now. We've been learning as we go.
We've been learning a lot.
We're learning a lot about ourselves, about running the organisation, but the response that we got from the first walk kind of blew us away. I don't think either of us were expecting that many people to show up.
Yeah, that was great.
So we kind of just thought, hey, listen, we have to keep this going. We have to do another walk. And then we said, well, why do we just stop there? Why do we just have to do one walk a year? Why can't we organise more events?
Yeah.
And so the response has been slowly growing and developing, really. People have been very warm. It did start off a little bit shaky and people were very reluctant to kind of get involved. But once we shared a little bit more information and that they were more kind of open to get involved and come to more events, not just the walk.
I think if I can elaborate on that, people were willing to come to the events. It was just difficult getting venues and vendors to help us with the events, because we always try and keep our events free or very low cost, because we understand money is another anxiety. So we try and remove every excuse there is to not come to our events. So in that regard, it has been a little bit difficult, especially in the beginning. But as we're growing, it's becoming easier. And I think we've learned a lot from each other and our members. We have 2 core members who really help us every day, Jean and Soon. You guys are great. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
So from the 4 of us, it's a local Taiwanese, a Malaysian guy, and then South African and Irish. It's different cultures and languages coming together. And someone will ask a question and Dean will say, well, why would they ask that? And I'm like, well, it's social anxiety. Someone is nervous about how many people there are going to be. I get it. I understand that. I'm the same way. And then another time, someone will be very excited and I won't understand it. And Dean will explain it to me. So we've been supporting each other as well. And through that, I feel like we are better able to support the community.
So yeah, you gotta kind of play off each other's strengths.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And like Elene said, we've got a good team of people, not just the 2 core members. We've got like a nice group of administrators and translators that we just go to, and they're just amazing. So yeah, we really appreciate their effort.
Yeah, this isn't only we do it. It's just that we do the boring things. We do the difficult things. We do the administration. But whoever wants to get involved or help out, they're more than welcome to. And if they just want to come to the event, have a good time and leave, that's great as well.
Okay. So tell me about the hard work, the administrative stuff. Like, how much work does it take, or how much work is put in to get a walk?
That's a good question.
Get a walk operational.
Yeah. So the walk is, because it's free and we don't need to rent a venue or anything, that part is easier. But getting people to come is difficult. Spreading the word, and it's expensive because we have to pay for ads on Facebook and things like that. So that gets expensive. But we've been lucky. A video animator came to us recently and he made a great video for this walk that's really helped spread the word.
Yeah.
So like I say, we really appreciate the community helping us, and it shows us that they're willing to. As for the other events, that usually requires a little bit more administration. We need someone to facilitate whatever event we're hosting. And reasonably so, they want some kind of payment in return or something in return for their effort. Like Top Shelf Games and KP Kitchen, they've been great in sponsoring us. So that's amazing. But sometimes it's not that easy. And then venues is really hard to get.
It's a tricky one, yeah, definitely.
Again, understandably so. It's a business. They need to make a profit. They need to make a living. But we don't have the financial resources to pay for renting venues. So that's why sometimes our events do ask a small cover fee, because we just have to pay for the facilities.
You guys don't get paid for this, right?
Not
this
at all.
This is purely for them.
And we don't ask for donations. Exactly. So whatever you give us for events goes straight into the venue,
just
and
all to
some
cover
paid
the
ads. Yeah. This is all out of our pockets.
Yeah, that's excellent, guys. So what's the future goals of the organization?
Yeah, we've got a few. We definitely have a few. I guess one of the long-term ones is to get this registered.
It's a medium term.
Medium to long-term would be to get this registered. I think, personally, myself, I'd love to see Live in Hope as just a household name in Taiwan.
Yeah.
For foreigners, for locals. Somebody has an issue, has a problem, I'll go and see the guys at Live in Hope. They'll sort you out. And
people coming to Taiwan, regardless of where they're coming from, you got to get in touch with Live and Hope. They'll get you sorted. They'll get you settled. Yeah. They'll introduce you to people. They're a great network.
Yeah, so we really want that as a future goal for us, to be that household name.
Yeah.
People just come, contact us and get involved with our events.
Also, on a more individual level, this year we've really been focusing on ourselves and doing extra courses and training to help us be better at this. So I'm doing a live coaching course, and I recently did one in Chinese medicine to understand the local culture better. And
I'm doing some meditation courses just to kind of further train myself, because, like we always say, we're not saying that we're trained professionals, and we don't give out any advice, because that's not our forte. But at the same time, we do also want to educate and develop ourselves on these issues to be able to further help people and point them in the right direction. Yeah.
And in line with what we said earlier, playing to each other's strengths. I have my ways of creating my positive life, and Dean has his ways, and I don't force my ways on him and vice versa. So it's the same with whoever comes to our events. We introduce you to a new way, but if you don't enjoy it, that's fine. Come to the next event, or tell us what you want to try, and we'll try and host that event for you so that you can try it. But to that end, we're trying to be better at what we enjoy doing so that we can give you better recommendations and tell you why this works for us, and just be better at supporting you.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, best of luck to everything. Oh, how about some short-term goals?
Short-term goals is...
Have a good walk, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to wake up. That's kind of like the biggest short-term
Wake
goal.
up and walk, please.
Wake up on the morning of Sunday, the 6th of May.
Yeah.
But I think for myself personally, also, like I said, improve, educate myself more, develop myself, and also to make contact with some more organizations here in Taiwan, so that we can, know more people and places to send people in a way, and definitely just kind of broaden our network and open more doors.
Broaden our network, and I want to try new things myself because it's fun, but also so that we can expose other people to it. So it's been great so far this year. We've had a lot of people who are eager to work with us, and I really hope we can keep that momentum going and try new things next year. We don't always want to do the same thing over and over again.
Okay, excellent. Well, best of luck on your goals, and best of luck on May 6th. And it was a pleasure having you guys on the show.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Cheers, Alex.
The Walk in Hope event will be held at Shangsan on Sunday, May 6th at 4:30 a.m. For more information, check out the events page on Facebook. You can also look into the Live in Hope page for the events they host throughout the year. And if you know someone who may need a little bit of hope, don't hesitate to contact Live in Hope or any other organization that can help. You can make a difference. And thanks to Elene and Dean for taking time out of their day to talk to me, and thank you for listening. That's it for this week. I'm Alex Lewis.